All right, so let's move on. So I have the privilege of introducing our next guest, Jen Rozenbaum. She is all the way out here from New York City, where she leads one of the industry's premier boudoir photography studios. And in addition to her amazingly beautiful work, she is flying all over the country, educating photographers, and she is really focused on marketing strategies, very practical, tried and true, results-driven marketing strategies, and especially aspiring as she's really focused on teaching photographers how to find what she calls their it factor, the unique qualities that really make you stand out in the industry as a photographer. So without further ado, please help me welcome Jen Rozenbaum.
Hey guys, I was laughing that my boudoir video accidentally popped up in Kelly's, because usually boudoir comes first, then the baby comes later, right? How many people have experienced that? So I'm here today to talk to you guys about your why and how to use your why in a sales and marketing aspect. So boudoir photography, I find, comes with many different whys. Right? Some people are very heavy into the sensuality and sexuality of boudoir. Some photographers are very into the empowerment and the beauty and the glamour. And it's very different. It's very varied. This is one of the things I love so much about boudoir photography. It means it's something different to so many different people, clients and photographers alike. So I'm going to talk to you today a little bit about my why and how I market from that point of view. And I think it's really important to understand your why, you guys. And it's not easy to find, trust me. This is my why. I believe all women should celebrate their unique femininity shamelessly. And it sounds so easy, right? It rolls right off the tongue. But it took me like 5 years to come up with this sentence. It has transformed so many different times into fearlessly feminine. No, that's not quite it. You know, it's a work in progress. And you guys should always be a work in progress. So don't worry about changing things. But right now, you'll see a lot of my marketing is tagged with shamelessly feminine. Okay, and what does that actually mean for me? What it means for me is that in my studio, I want to make sure that women are coming in and they are a more dramatic version of themselves than they've ever been. So they're not coming into my studio to dress up like somebody else or to be somebody else or for fantasy. They're coming in to embrace who they are and really show that off and be comfortable with it and love it. And it's a safe place for all of that. And that's really what my why is. That's important to me. So using Animoto marketing allows me to create that emotion and to be more polarizing, right? So we're going to talk a little bit about polarization. I'm going to show you this first marketing video that I made, and then we'll talk about the key ingredients that go into it. Simple, again, short. I think you're going to hear that over and over again. Short and sweet, like me. No. Short and sweet. It's really important because we've all scrolled through Facebook, right? You have to catch them right away. So short and sweet. So this is how I'm hitting my message with this video. First of all, boudoir is who you are. Okay, this is a new message I've sort of been using a lot on Instagram and my social media. Boudoir is who you are. I want to make it clear. If you want to come in and dress up like somebody else, I'm not interested in shooting you. I want you to come in and be who you are. So let's incorporate that into your shoot somehow. You saw in the images there was a dancer, for example, who had her leg warmers, right? So something like that is a perfect example. I'm not super heavy on props in my photography, but I want to embrace who they are in their wardrobe and in their styling as much as I can. The music is a little more upbeat. I find that it makes it a little less scary, right? Because boudoir is scary, let's be honest. We were all talking about that earlier, actually. As photographers, we think it's scary. So can you even imagine the everyday woman? She clearly thinks it's scary. Planting that shamelessly feminine message, that is either going to resonate with somebody or not, and I'm okay with that. They might even be curious, like, what exactly does shamelessly feminine mean? Let me go dig a little bit deeper, because it is a little vague. It's not, super specific. So, but again, shamelessly feminine, oh, that sounds like something I want to be. Let me see what that's about, right? And again, the message is more about my belief of what boudoir is versus a hard sell. I'm not saying in this video, okay, now book a session with me. You love me? You fell in love with me in the last 10 seconds? Book a session. It's not about that. It's really more of a marketing video. Just say, hey guys, this is my message. I'm living it, I'm loving it, I'm shooting it. You can be it too. I'm not asking you to do anything. If it resonates with you, you'll find me. If not, that's okay too. Move on. Find somebody else that you connect with. That's okay. But it's upbeat, it's happy, it's connecting. And you can see also, and I'll talk about this in a minute, that I put in the text right away. That's really important to me. So this is a similar marketing video, but a little bit different. So let's watch this and we'll talk about it. Same layout, some similar images and some different images, but a different message here, right? A totally different feel. And this is partly what I love about Animoto so much, is you can actually take the same video, change the music, change the wording a little bit, and you have a completely different message. For me, if I was a client, I would book a session after this. This is me, right? I want to be the rebel. I want to be like, oh, if you think I can't do it, I'm going to do it twice just to prove you're wrong, It's kind of how I always say, don't play truth or dare with me. It's bad, because if I pick dare, it's not good. I never turn down a dare. But that's what I want. I want that client who is living an average everyday life but has a little bit of rebel in them. A little bit of like, I'm going to go do this and it's going to open up a lot of things for me. A woman who wants to be outside her comfort zone. So she can be shamelessly feminine and she can want to be outside her comfort zone at the same time, but it's a little bit different. They're two little bit different women, right? They can exist together, but that's the kind of client that I want. I'm not looking to market to a bride. You don't see any bridal images in here at all, right? I'm not even necessarily looking for specifics like a mom, right? A rebel or a shamelessly feminine woman can be 25 or she could be 45 or she could be 85. I really don't care how old she is. So I'm not so concerned with that. I'm looking for more of a personality type than I am an age or a demographic, okay? So here, it's a little more polarizing, rebel. I think that that word will either hit you or not. Somebody's going to look at it and say, oh, I'm not a rebel. No way. That's not for me. And that's fine. Please don't come to my studio because I'm going to push you a little bit, and I want you to be okay with that. A little more hardcore music, right? Setting the tone a little bit differently than something a little bit more upbeat. Again, pushing them outside the comfort zone. The music is actually even made to push them outside the comfort zone a little bit, and if they're comfortable with that, then they'll be fine with me. And I changed the images to be a little bit more provocative, okay? And I always get nervous showing backside images, even though I always say there's like a booty revolution going on in the world right now, right? Everybody wants a nice, beautiful booty, and I can give it to anybody. But I think sometimes women probably think, oh my God, I'm gonna go there, she's gonna take a picture of my butt, I'm out, right? But in this video, it's okay because I'm looking for a rebel. I'm looking to hit that woman, and that woman will not have a problem with that, okay? But I wouldn't have put it in the video before, for example. So you can see how we can take the same exact marketing tool and change it to hit different personalities. And again, polarizing is really important. Don't be afraid. You are not meant to be liked and booked by everybody. Okay, when people say, oh my gosh, she saw my video, but she clicked off of it, or people are clicking off of it, that is okay. Your sign of success with a video is making sure that you're pulling in the proper clients, not that you're booking every single person that saw your video. That is not a good indication of success. So stop worrying about that. I'm going to show you a third one.
control. It's like that, I'm like a black cat. I can cut right through your soul and I can rule your world. I can love you deadly.
Okay, I think this is a fair time to tell you guys that I am technologically stupid. For real. Like, it's amazing I can use a camera and a computer. It's really mind-boggling. I am really dumb when it comes to technology. So I remember in 2008 when I was walking through a trade show and I saw Animoto, and I'm like a pretty new photographer, and I'm like, oh, what is this? And I see video and slides. I was like, oh, I'm out. There's no way in the world that I can make something like this. But they convinced me. It was probably Jason convinced me. No, you can do it. Trust me, it's easy and it's affordable. And I signed up thinking this is going to be the biggest waste of money, and in a year I'm going to forget all about it. And I have renewed my subscription every single year, because to do something like this, where you incorporate video and still images, usually requires a lot of talent, which I do not have. So to be able to put something like that together in less than 10 minutes, which is what I did this week to show you guys how I do it, is unbelievable to me. And it's why it's been, I always say, you know, we spend a lot of money on a lot of things over the years. This is one of the things I never regretted spending money on. I love to show video of me shooting other women because it shows that I'm safe, right? That we're gonna have fun. I purposely put that little video in at the end where we're laughing and, you know, because we're having a good time, and I want them to see that my clients and my subjects they're feeling good with me. They're not worried, right? I think that it's a combination, this one, of the last two videos I showed you, right? So we have the shamelessly feminine message in there, and at the same time, we also have the be a rebel, you know, fear is stupid, so is regret, right? Right, so you just said it's a great quote. You're probably, can you book me for a session after this? Right, okay. Maybe we'll talk after. Okay, because I like that, right? I want a woman who is, you know, fearless, and it's a word that I've used a lot. Fearless is not the absence of fear. It's doing what you want to do in spite of the fear. And I want to hit that with women. It's going to be scary, and that's okay that it's scary, because that's how you learn and you grow. I want it to be a little scary for you. I've done it myself about 5 times, and I'm still terrified every single time it happens. I'm like, what was I thinking? So I'm mixing the messages just a little bit. And again, it puts me in front of the camera, which is a place none of us want to be, agreed? I mean, we talked about that before. We do not want to be in front of the camera. But it is so important. I cannot tell you how many boudoir sites I go to. You know, a lot of people will reach out to me, can you give me a critique of my website or whatnot? And I'm like, I don't even know what you look like. I don't know your face. I don't see, and I want to make sure you're safe. You know, I want to make sure you're like not an axe murderer. In fact, on my About Me page, I put pictures of me and my kids on there on purpose to show people that I keep other people alive. So that makes me safe, right? But I want them to see this isn't going to be scary. This is going to be fun. Look at how much fun we're having with the camera there. Okay, so even though I want them to have a little bit of fear, it takes that little over-the-edge fear out of it for them to see me shooting other women, and that those women survived and also have beautiful images to talk about. And again, this is a little bit more hard sell. I'm not much of a hard sell person, but you definitely need a call to action, right? So the other videos I'm using more as a, hey guys, this is who I am, this is what I believe in, and then every now and again I'll throw in the hard sell. Oh, and you can book me for a shoot. Okay. So why is video, or these marketing videos, why are they important? It builds trust, like I said. I really want them to trust me. It requires a ton of trust to get into your underwear in front of somebody you do not know and trust them to make you look the best they possibly can, right? It requires a lot of trust. And this is one of the first ways that I build that trust. They feel like they know me even before they meet me, which is ideal. You know, sometimes they come in and go, oh my God, you look just like you look on video. I like that. I want them to, I want to have that feeling that they've connected with me already, even though it's not in person. Again, trust is the foundation for relationships, and it allows you to stop selling. I mean, how many people hate selling? I hate selling. I'm not a salesperson, but I know I can make you look amazing. I know I can give you an amazing experience, and I know that I can create this trust. And if I do all of those things, the sales will happen naturally. I don't have to work so hard for it. And that starts at the very beginning, you guys, the very, very beginning. So again, a few tips. Keep it short. Again, every time you make a video, think of me, short and sweet. Fast, but not too fast. So I know that Sally is also going to talk about this, like the speed of the images. With boudoir, I tend to not go too fast because there's more to see. I think, than in some other images. So I try not to go too crazy fast, but fast enough that they don't get bored, of course. And again, putting words on the first slide gives it an intention. Okay, so here's what you're going to learn at the end of this video. Why do a boudoir shoot? That's what this video is about. If you want to know why, great, watch it. If you don't want to know why, you're not interested, move on. Okay, boudoir is who you are. What does that mean? I'm going to show you what that means. So I get the text in right away. Okay? And change it as needed. This is one of the most beautiful things about Animoto. How many people have paid for a promo video or something of that nature, a lot of money, I have, and then in like 3 months it's not so relevant anymore, and you're like, oh, I wish I could change that, or I wish I could change it from fearlessly feminine to shamelessly feminine, but it's going to cost me $1,000, and now I can put up a video, I can watch my stats. If it gets play, I know it's successful. If it doesn't, change it, and I post it again, no big deal. And don't be afraid about posting, you guys. I think we think we're annoying when we post again and again and again, but the truth is it's so hard to see things these days that the more you post, the better off you are, and in different places as well. So I'll scatter, like sometimes I post it on Facebook, sometimes I'll put it on Instagram, whatever the mood is that day, right? So I use it to build trust before a shoot, but I'm continuously using it to build trust after my shoot. Okay, so when a client comes in for an in-person sales session, I will first show her the Animoto video, and there's a few reasons that I do that. First of all, it eases clients into seeing their images. Now, most photographers, I think, will say to you, I'm a boudoir photographer, and every single time I show my images to my clients, they cry. They're like, I can't believe that's me. That is not realistic. I'm just being honest with you. It's more like this, that's me? Because they don't see themselves sexy like that on a normal basis. They're not used to that. And I know men think that we stand in the mirror and we make all these sexy faces and selfies these days, we all have duck lips. But the truth is that we have no idea what we look like sexy, because if you're doing it right, what's happening is you're creating the emotion, and so the expression is just coming naturally. And that is nothing that we've ever seen. Right? It might be something that happens when we see a cute guy or a cute girl or whatever it might be, but in our world, we're not just standing in front of the mirror practicing our sexy face. So it takes a little bit of time for the client to go, oh, okay, I can handle this, that's me. Okay? And the slideshows are perfect for that. Reason being is because it creates the emotion, it creates the excitement, but also the pictures are going by too fast for her to go, oh, I look fat, oh, I hate that picture, oh, right? So you're giving her sort of like a moment of like, oh, okay, I'm gonna be able to handle this, this is okay. So I'm gonna show you what that looks like. And this is something, again, I would show a client when she comes in for her sales session.
Now I see you, me, and a bottle of wine, chilling in the garden, killing time, or reminiscing about the days of when we never thought we'd feel this way. Oh, and now I'm wrapped up around your finger. Take a look around as the memory lingers of this so fine, the finest kind of day.
Okay, so what's great about this is, by the way, you can pick whatever music you want based on the clients. But typically, if I don't dance while I'm making it, I don't use the song. It has to be something kind of fun, keeping it light. And you can see I intersperse words in there. And I think that those words really need to come from your clients. This is a matter of listening. So when you're shooting them, telling you, oh, I like this one, it's really sexy, and I also like this because it's kind of romantic. When she's picking out her outfits, okay, I'm keeping mental notes of the words that she's using, so I'm regurgitating the words back to her. I'm listening to what she wants to look like, right? I use the style Vogue on here. I have to admit, I helped Animoto create that style group, which is why I use it. It's what I go to every single time. And I find that it's the best for boudoir because the transitions are great, and it doesn't kind of mess up the skin tones, because we have a lot more skin showing than everybody else. So I found with some of the other slideshows, they would kind of overlap and the skin would look a little bit weird. So here, we designed it specifically with boudoir in mind, although you can use it obviously for many other things. Again, incorporating the words, even quotes sometimes I incorporate, things like, well-behaved women rarely make history. You know, anything of sort of that rebellious kind of quote. No longer than a minute. After a minute, they start going, okay, when am I going to see the images? So a minute. That one actually I think is a minute on the dot, so it wasn't too long. It goes a little bit slower than the marketing videos because I want them to take a time to be able to say something and give me feedback. Things like, ooh, I hate that, or oh, I love that image. I'm making mental notes. Okay, she really loved number 21. So when we get to 21, I'm going to say to her, you love this image. This was the, I mean, aren't you so excited to see it again, right? And mix up the images. So I don't put all of the outfits together. I kind of mix them up. I think it creates more interest that way. I often end with a tush shot, like the end. It's kind of cute. And here's a piece of advice I'm going to give you that doesn't only just apply to slideshows, but also applies to things like teasers or anything if you're doing that. Don't put your favorite image in the slideshow. And I know that sounds counterproductive, but here's the thing. If you're going to send somebody or show somebody right off the bat the best image of the session, everything else is going to suck in comparison, right? So I want to save that for the actual viewing of the images where we can really have that impact of me going, oh my God, this is my favorite image, or her saying, oh, I love this. So I try not to put actually my favorite picture in the slideshow. I can also use the slideshow as an upsell incentive. Okay, so for example, let's say she wants to buy an album and she isn't sure, I don't know, do I want 25 or 30 images? And I'll say to her, I'll tell you what, I really, really want you to have what you want. You know, like, what can I do for you? I don't know. I'll go, you know what, here's the thing, I'll throw in a couple of extra images and, you know, we could put those other 2 that you really liked back in if you want, and I'll throw in the slideshow if you want to have that also. You know, I've already made it. It cost me nothing. Okay? Or you can even add it into your higher end packages. Here's something, you know, that I want to include for you as a gift. And usually I will say, by the way, that it's complimentary. It's a complimentary gift for booking this package, I will give you this. Otherwise what happens is they come back and they say, can you just take the slideshow out and take off $200 or whatever? So it's non-negotiable. So it's a gift for you. If you're going to book my higher packages, I'm going to give you the slideshow as a gift. Okay, so you can use it as an upsell incentive, which is amazing. I mean, no doubt it'll pay for itself in no time. So since I've been working with Animoto so much and they've come out with this new marketing tool, I've thought of all different creative ways that you can use Animoto and ways that I'm going to be using it throughout the year. Things like promoting marathons and travel. I know a lot of boudoir photographers travel to different cities. How fun would it be to make a little video of you in all these different cities shooting boudoir? It's like, oh, I want to get on board with that. That sounds exciting. Definitely behind the scenes shots and videos of you. Even if you don't have video, some just behind the scenes having fun, you and the client laughing, anything behind the scenes, even picking out lingerie, pictures of beautiful shoes, something that get women excited about, oh, I get to go shopping and have a photo shoot, this is amazing. Testimonials is something I'm going to start doing more of with video, like clipping together, making a whole video of like different, even like a sentence from a client, like that was the most fun I've ever had in my life, or you know, stepping out of the comfort zone changed my life, or whatever it might be. Putting little snippets together of a testimonial. Again, with boudoir, this is important. You're creating trust and making sure that they know you're not going to, you know, you're safe and you're not going to hurt them. Videos of them opening the products. Videos of somebody that they gave it to as a gift opening the product. I mean, the options are endless what you can do with Animoto. You just have to get creative in your thoughts. And I myself am like, oh, you know, after this, I'm going to make a whole list of things that I can do. Because I really do believe that you're hitting home, you're creating trust, and again, with boudoir, it is the most important thing that we do. If anybody wants to get in touch with me, this is where you guys can find me. Everything is linked here, my Facebook group and all my stuff, so you can find me here. And I appreciate your time today. Thank you.
That presentation was inspiring, it was educational, it was practical, and those videos were just stunning. So thank you so much. We always appreciate getting to spend time with you. Thank you so much. So can you guys help us?